So want to say good evening, you guys, because I am editing it and now it is the evening. I started this early, like before noon, and I had so much stuff to do that it took me until I'd probably say 7 o'clock to get everything put together, fixed up, and then get everyone fed. So, we're starting off with a clean slate because if you're like me, when I clean, I make more dirty dishes. So what is here, I'm going to go ahead and wash up, and I don't know why I didn't keep the water, but que sera, sera. So Lex is helping me by rinsing, and then we will move on to the next thing. Things will be going on that I didn't plan on doing. So my Amazon shipment came in, and they are these bins for the fridge. There are 4 of each. There are thin ones, these thick ones, and then I didn't really plan on putting these up today, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. That's what you get for feeling pretty good today. And so I am going to push. You should see my face towards the end. You can tell I'm hurting. I ordered Rubbermaid Brilliance, I think is the system. And I ended up so far really liking them. I'm just using them, so we'll see later on. But I like to wash them first, dry them obviously, especially if you're putting, anything that's food items in here. It will ruin. So I'm giving them a good dry off. I didn't do them all. I was just trying to see what I needed right this second. And I kid you not, I turned around to go do it, and then I couldn't think of what I bought these for exactly. So I kind of, like this day, just kind of wing it. I was winging it. Forget what I said. This is definitely a trial and error. I kept thinking, oh, this will be big enough for this. Like right now, I have whole almonds. And then I felt stupid. One, the container is too small. Or, it's too big. See? I told you guys. Just forget everything I say at this point. Anyway, so I'm moving on to a smaller one, but then I found more almonds. And I was like, seriously? Almonds aren't cheap. Yes, that's my fridge, and it looks awful. I know it does, and it has looked that way for a while. And with so many people in the house, everything gets moved, and then it gets screwed up, and then things can't be found. And I don't know how many times, like the jar of garlic paste I have, I didn't even know I had it for 2 months prior to. I remember now when I bought it, it had been in the fridge unopened. So as you're going to see, I am doing a lot of what I think is fixing and then I didn't like it, or trying to ignore, honestly. I don't know what ended up on these two lower shelves, but it was disgusting. I think at one point I had to chip something off. Okay, I had to tip it and it popped off, but still, it was gross, and I thought I could ignore it, and I couldn't. So Anthony ended up coming to my rescue, so I wasn't getting up and down, and it helped quite a bit. And then he was helping me organize and kind of have a game plan, because I'd put something somewhere and then decide I didn't like it, and then I do it again and I decided I didn't like it again. So this is the process you're going to see in the midst of heating up my lunch, because it is now afternoon. This has been going on for quite a bit of time, and so Alex made cookies last night, and that's why I look like the sticks of butter have the plague, because she forgot these boxes were on my stove. So she partially melted some of these. So I am putting them in one solid container, and I will put it in one spot. I will move it. I will move it again. It just seemed to be the day to play merry-go-round. There were a lot of containers, like you will see, pickles, jalapenos. They're in huge bins, and so we moved them to something smaller. I put bins for condiments, for salad dressings, jelly, as you can see right now. The look on my face like the pickles had the plague. So Anthony's gonna end up giving me back this shelf, and yeah, it's not gonna ever fit there. It was a cute idea. So as you're gonna see, once again, I switch out for a smaller one, go to a bigger one. I just kept kind of flipping back and forth until I felt like this was workable. Moment. That fridge is gross. And what's worse is I could vacuum most of it up. And so, yeah, I lost feeling quickly to my feet being in this position. I have bad knees anyway, but this did not help. The vacuum, though, made this actually a fairly clean, easier method to pull it up. So I'm going to vacuum it up down here, up top, and then I'm going to wipe it down. And then I ended up using some Method cleaner, the degreaser, and between that and the wipes I have that have a scrubber on them, I did go through quite a few, but I got it done and I thought it actually turned out really good. Little elbow grease and it started to look much better. I could not get this in to sit in the right place, and once it did, it popped right in. So not really doing much to that drawer, and we always keep the eggs here. I have plastic egg containers. I can't get anyone to continually use them, and once again, I am moving stuff around because I want like stuff together, and so that is what I'm doing here, and we're just getting it all put back in. But wait, I was not done because I ended up moving stuff again. So I am done with the fridge part of it. I am going to go actually eat my lunch, and then I'm going to decide if we're going to tackle the freezer. It's a disaster too. So I've had my lunch, and now it's time to fully unpack this. Okay, I say fully, I was full of it because I have pre-made meals that actually sit in here just fine, and so once again, the dollar store bins at first might have been a good idea, but looking at it now and other areas of my house, they kind of just have taken up a lot of room. And I think that was Xander with the thumbs up. Freezer is no exception. Things got moved. Things got put where I thought I wanted them. Then I turned around and changed them again. And then I ended up going in later and doing it again. I'm trying to get everything together. And once I do the big freezer, I find that there is more stuff that I have like items in here. I have a lot of open vegetables in this door, and I have no idea why. We have plenty of bins, so I ended up tossing a lot of them because there was freezer burn. And he's inspecting the burrito I think we've had 500,000 years. So now I am moving to clean the handles up and some of the gunk off of this fridge, and Xander ended up coming in and actually helping me because there was no way I was getting back down on the floor to get the bottom of the fridge. Okay, so I am now moving the jelly that was in a fairly large container into a smaller one and watching Lex stuff the cat into her sweater, and I figured I'd help her and do it quicker. Anyway, so I have made some dishes already, so I'm going to knock them out really quick and then we will move on to the next project. Sometimes I think my kitchen is Grand Central Station, and in this moment, it really does look like it. But it's nice. We have the kids coming in, and we have family, and that's what matters. The dreaded one. And I will tell you why it is dreaded, because this freezer's at below 0. I think I have it set at -10, and it is hard with my wrist and my elbow and my hands, because my hands do not tolerate the cold. So Mom came in and said, "Hey, you want gloves?" And I was like, I don't know what or how much I'm going to do. And I ended up doing a lot more, and I don't know what they're playing. All I know is I hear duck and someone gets hit on the top of the head, duck, goose. I'm oblivious to what they're doing. So in the bottom drawer, I am combining the fruit I have and as much as the onions I can. I have a lot of onions, some mystery meat in there. I had that in the little freezer too. And so I'm just trying to get everything organized. And I had a lot more bags of onions than I had thought. Turns out we have a metric ton of fish also. So I have so many chicken dishes that are pre-made in plastic bags already, and that is definitely something, if we wanted to eat for the next, I'd probably say 20 days, we have a meal in the freezer for it. So I'm going through, Joni has been giving me corn, and I ended up having like 3 or 4 bags of it. So I ended up moving it a couple of times so I could keep it together, and just getting everything organized, kind of getting things. I was like, oh, if you set things up and, up and down, vertical, it kind of set in there better. There were a couple things on the floor. Mom was asking if I wanted. I said, no, I really don't. But like, obviously the pie crust and the whipped cream I need recently, and yes, my light turns off. It also sounds an alarm. Anyway, so I have vegetables in here, vegetables in the other freezer that I could use. So we are going to combine them. I'm going to walk out and forget you guys, and I am going to actually include this clip because I thought it was really cute.
And we're moving.
Shut up. Now move.
Now.
I don't need 12 things of freaking spinach.
What are you doing, sir? Sir.
I'm gonna get your video demonetized.
I think
All I have to show is the game.
I think I grabbed the wrong glass.
Did you touch my apple juice again? That's it. We're gonna have to have words.
I'm gonna have words with your mother.
Dinosaur. Disestablishmentarianism.
No, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
He did not just.
Yes, he did.
Sponsored by vegetables.
Sponsored by Tide Dish Lollipops. Coming soon.
Why?
Have you seen that?
No.
There's this guy, he's like, yeah, it's the CEO of Tide Pods, or Tide here. Don't eat Tide Pods. But be on the lookout for our new thing for washing your dishes. Tide Lollipops. It's literally a Tide Pod with a stick.
I'll make time of thingy.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't encourage you to, eat Tide Pods.
No. But then again, it only affects high schoolers and middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Basically just teenagers in the Pacific.
No,
only in the
younger. People younger will also do it.
I mean, potentially the Red Sea, but I'm going with Atlantic.
I hope the zombie apocalypse starts in Florida. Because probably monster trucks and...
What are we doing here?
It's gonna go back in the freezer.
Alright.
Because if it starts out in Florida, monster trucks and bullets are gonna save us all.
That sounds like the American way.
Did you
Did you look at it?
Sandwich?
Look at what?
Freezer.
No, not as of yet.
Gibbs!
We're all gonna probably be saved by
Dude! It's a freezer!
One's gonna walk outside and be like, oh my god, it's so gloomy, Cletus, grab the shackle.
It's more like grab the shovel.
It's gloomy outside. Grab the shotgun. Oh no, fog.
Start shooting this guy.
Bang, bang.
Actually, they used to get rain by shooting it, so.
No way. Like, I'm a fire shots at the sun. How dare you, rain.
No. Not rock salt. What was it? Dry ice. They'd either use cannons or they'd use airplanes to seed clouds. And that actually causes condensation to develop in the clouds.
That's weird.
It worked. Sometimes.
I'm gonna run in here in the circle. Eat.
There, open the fridge.
Hang on.
Alright, you open the fridge.
Dang. I dropped my phone.
So yeah, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of organization. That looked a lot better. What's the top shelf look like? Wow, there's room in there now. Well, time to fill it. Alright, now let's take a look at the backboard. This is the one I've been curious about. Ta-da! Oh, the blinding light. Alright. This looks much better. Huh, Pooh. Little Pooh.
Nice.
Hi.
Look at that.
And that's the game.
In the box today was some more of the deli style storage containers, and I had no intention of messing with this cabinet, but there were a couple of things out that weren't supposed to be out, so I'm just trying to get this quickly organized and then I'm gonna be done. Thank you guys for joining us. Sorry it was so long, but thank you for your support. Subscribe, like, and leave a friendly comment. I love you guys. Good night.